Okay. Let's do it this week in gaming. We got some fun. Every time I do this, there's some cool...
Oh, yeah. I enjoy this.
And I try to find fun facts.
Take us back. Take us back. So far back.
All right, we're going to go oldest to newest, as always. So, starting out with the oldest. 43 years ago, the Game & Watch console launched for the first time. And I looked it up. The Game & Watch series, before the Game Boy kind of discontinued that whole series, sold over 43 million units. Not fucking bad for a little handheld, guys.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn good.
That must have been huge in Japan.
Yep. I didn't look up how many Game & Watches there were. I wish I would have now. 33 years ago, the Neo Geo console launched, selling 1.18 million. It was discontinued in December of 97, a mere month after I was born. 33 years ago as well, Bomberman released on the Famicom. That sold over 1 million copies. That, I did not know, came out on the MSX first in 1983. 32 years ago, Game Gear console launched. That sold 10.6 million units, which is more than I would have anticipated.
Yeah, I never had a Game Gear growing up. I would play it at friends' houses that had it. But then there would be that one kid on the bus that had the Game Gear, and you were like, damn.
Thing's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking cool. But man, those batteries, woof.
You'd fucking need 18 of them.
Yeah.
To get through the day. And finally, our last edition of This Week in Gaming History. 24 years ago, Super Smash Bros. Debuted on the Nintendo 64, which sold 5 million units. That franchise now has sold over 71 million. Not bad for a brawler.
I remember renting it. I remember being so pumped about reading about it coming out. Oh, man. Yeah, I used to see it in my Game Pro magazine when they were talking about it coming out. And I'm like, this game is going to be awesome. It's so many different games all in one. It was just like mind-blowing, the thought of it coming out and everything. And then it came out, and I got it. And a lot of people didn't really know what the hell it was at first.
They didn't get it?
Yeah, and... yeah, it was a blast. I remember just doing computer battles just to watch them verse each other and having my own tournament and jumping around and being like, Kirby did it again. Yeah.
My before I ever owned, because I never owned the 64 one until I was older. So my uncle had a cottage out in Caseville that we would go to when we were younger. And for some reason, I think it was his nephew or something, he had left a Nintendo 64 there. So he had I don't know, Ocarina of Time, San Francisco Rush, Super Smash Brothers, and some other stuff in there. And we were never allowed to use the 64 unless it was pouring outside where you couldn't go swim in the lake or whatever, or if it was super late and my mom was just like, just do whatever. So my brother and I would hang out in the living room and just play that fucking game all night. We would play mostly on the Pokemon stage to see what Pokemon we're gonna, I think it's Saffron City.
Oh yeah, that was so cool.
See what Pokemon we're gonna pop out. We'd go through the story to beat Master Hand. That game was so good. And then Melee, when I bought it, Melee was the first GameCube game I bought for myself. We would have tournaments at the house all the time.
We did too, yeah.
I don't even want to know how many hours I put into that game when I was younger.
Insane, yeah. Melee was just, yeah. I definitely played that one the most, I'd say. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but yeah, man, that's sweet though. Yeah, you got some crazy memories there with all of those, pretty much.
Yeah. So shout out to Super Smash Brothers for being so fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
All right. Are you ready for Fat Dudes, Mark?